So, hey everybody, welcome to Snappack Live, episode number 1, take 2. I'm sorry, we had some serious internet issues earlier because of this crazy hack that's taking down Twitter and Amazon and PayPal. So, technical difficulties, but we're here. My name is Dustin Brohm. For those of you guys that do not know me, I am one of the founders of the Snappack group, and I am a real estate agent in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm the founder of SearchSaltLake.com. I am here today with Will Friedner. He is a fellow Snappack member, and he is a rock star real estate broker up in Whitefish, Montana, out in the middle of the country. And real quick, before I turn it over to Will to find out more about him and really dig into what's working for him and how he's been so successful, is this show, Snappack Live. The reason that we're doing this is we wanted to give a voice to all the members of this group, not just myself and Jason and Chelsea, Shannon, and Bucky, and the rest of us who are more vocal. We wanted to reach out and get insights and perspective from all of you. Anyone who's a member of this group can and should be a guest on this show, because whether you've been an agent for a week, or you haven't even taken your license yet, or you've been a realtor for 40 years, you all have a unique perspective and have some value that could help someone else in this group. And so we want to reach out and grab that. So today we're reaching out and grabbing the wisdom and perspective of Will Friedner, broker up in Montana. Will, tell us a little bit more about who you are and what brings you into real estate and everything.
Okay, thanks for having me on the show. I'm honored to be the first guest. I grew up in Minnesota and kind of traveled all over the country. I actually have a degree in turf management from Penn State. I talked to Shannon. Yep, I ran golf courses, I built them, and kind of got into the real estate, around the developments like that. And when my wife and I had our daughter, we were living down in the desert in Southern California running a course, and didn't want to raise her down there, so we ended up moving up to Whitefish, where my wife is actually from, and that's when we got into real estate up here. I'd been around real estate, even though I was doing the agronomic side of developments to begin with, but I've been around it for quite a while, and up here in Montana, we're just doing strictly real estate.
Love it. So I saw on Facebook too that you ref hockey. I saw a picture of you in the stripes and everything. So how did you get started in hockey?
Well, if you know anything about Minnesota, everybody in Minnesota is kind of all about hockey all the time, and I've been playing since I was a little kid. And now that I'm not a little kid anymore, I like reffing because I'm still part of the game and involved, and even though I can't keep up with those kids anymore.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun.
And that's a late night gig, right? Like because hockey doesn't really go on during the day. Isn't that something you have to do at night?
Yeah, well, right now I'm reffing adult leagues, and I play in a league on Monday night, and then I ref Wednesday and Thursday. And so, it can be late because they keep the decent times for the kids, and the adults have to stay up until all hours of the night to play hockey.
Sure.
So, but it's fun. So anyway.
You still have all your teeth?
Well, these are fake.
Really? So
they are.
Stereotype's real, huh?
It is true.
Well, hell, you have pucks flying at your face all the time, or sticks.
Yeah.
So I get it. So, Will, let's jump right into it, get into real estate and your experience. So you and I were talking a little bit before the show, and you mentioned that you're having a ton of success there in Montana with Facebook groups and using Facebook groups to actually get real estate business and get closings. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I started a group. I've always been intrigued by the marketing and how to get out to people, and I like to kind of be behind the scenes and generate leads without cold calling and door knocking. And so Facebook has kind of been great. I started a group a couple years ago. I started the first group, and it just took off. It's called Flathead Valley Homes for Sale or Rent. And the day I started it, I probably had 50 people join, and then it just went from there. And so then I got to thinking, well, I have a license all over Montana. I could use this for referrals too. So I started 3 other pages in different towns around Montana in the bigger cities. And now
Nice.
in those 4 groups, I have over 18,000 people in those groups. And I'm the only agent because I've made them all private. And I know that sounds kind of bad, but
I love it.
What I've found is, I'm reading this book right now. I'll give a little shout out, Platform Revolution, that talks exactly about what I did. And I just figured it out. I don't know. It just happened. This book explains why it happened. But I think the key to these groups is I've looked at other ones where people do, and they'll let every agent in town on this page. Well, then it just turns into the same as the magazines with 200 listings in it, where everyone's just spamming it with listings. This book kind of explains, when you set up a platform, the thing that makes it valuable. Well, I have a quote in here. It's platforms derive their value from the communities they serve. So basically, the names of my group is not Will Friedner Real Estate. It's Flathead Valley Homes for Sale or Rent, Missoula Homes for Sale or Rent, Billings, on and on. And people use those, to post FSBOs or to, look for rentals or whatever they're looking for.
And you don't let any other realtors post their listings or anything, right?
No, and again, I know that sounds bad, but it would just ruin it. I mean, it would ruin it. And
exactly.
I've spent all this time building it up, and anybody can do it.
Yeah.
And it has worked great. And like I said, I'll put stuff on there occasionally, but I don't throw a listing on every day. I've started doing a show kind of like we're doing once a week, and I'll talk about, different real estate topics and helping people out with whatever. And I've gotten a lot of feedback on that. And the other thing I've noticed just with that is I've gotten a couple leads where people, they automatically think you're the expert because you're on TV, so it's been great. I can't talk it up enough. And right now I have 8 private groups that I've started, and then I have 22 pages, different pages, like Montana Golf Course Real Estate, Whitefish Mountain Resort Real Estate, and then I'll do a lot of cross promoting between the pages and the groups. And so yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to.
So you mentioned there was so much great, valuable info in that anyone can grab and use in their own market. But what I just noticed is how you said that people automatically think you're the expert. You have credibility with them because you're on TV. You have a show, and that's exactly right. That's kind of the reasoning why I started the Salt Lake Insider show here in Salt Lake, and it's part of the reason why we're doing this show here is when you have a show, it gives credibility. And so anyone watching, any realtor, anyone in sales, really in any industry can reach out and grab that concept and do that in their own market. Someone who feels like they don't have much credibility, that's a great way to get it. Just go out and start a show, just keep doing episodes and promote that you're the host of the show. And, people are going to think you're the expert. So, and you've obviously been reaping the benefits of that. And I need to go plug my computer in because it's not charging. Hang on.
Okay.
Let's keep
I see a question here. Rick Gonzalez, how do you manage all these groups? I just kind of, like I said, the people on the groups run the groups. I just join in occasionally. And so, yeah, I mean I kind of vet everybody when they want to join the group and see if this, again, sounds bad, see if they're an agent and allow them in or not. And so that's the only thing that takes a little time. Well, what's funny is, since they've gotten so big, now I've got every agent on the planet trying to join in.
Sure.
Now they think it's a good idea. So
No, good for you. I wouldn't feel bad about that at all
Mm-hmm.
because you took the initiative to do it. They're your groups, right?
Yep.
So I think that's absolutely genius.
But like I said, the key is don't, everybody has, I have my own business page, but don't
Right.
make that your group because people don't care about Will Friedner realtor. They look at these groups as, hey, they don't care who started the page, whatever. And so that's my biggest bit of advice to anybody thinking about doing this is make it about the people, the customers, not you.
Yeah, I like that. Will, real quick, I'm going to get to some questions because we have a lot of people chiming in. Christian, Sean, Rick, Jason Frazier. It's your birthday, dude. Go do something fun. Come on. Michelle. Who else is on here? Rich Hopin. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Some of the questions we have. So, okay. Rick Gonzalez, this is an awesome question. You have all those groups and all those different pages and all those members. How the hell do you manage all of those? How do you stay on top of it?
Sorry, when you left, I kind of hit on that.
Oh, good.
But what I told him is, you kind of let the groups work for themselves. They kind of generate themselves. It's all the users that are posting 99% of the stuff. I'm almost like a guest, and I'll throw in a listing here and there, or I'll do my show or whatever. But like I said, I think the whole key is I'm not putting up 50 listings a day, or you should buy this, or you should do that. I'm just kind of subtly there.
Right.
And, a lot of, another thing is you get people selling their FSBOs, and this is another way that, again, I do not like cold calling. I'm not that person.
Right. Neither am I. I hate that.
So on these pages, when people are doing their FSBOs, which is go for it, that's what I want on the page. After I see it up for a few months, then I'll just message them, hey, see you've been having problems, or anything I can do to help, whatever. And so
See, and the phone's ringing right now.
I had that shut off earlier.
No, look at you.
So yeah, so that's the key, I think, is don't over promote the whole realtor thing, and don't spam it with a bunch of listings. Let the people run the page, basically.
Yes. I think that's fantastic. So let's see. Jason Frazier has an awesome quote here. Be the voice, not the echo. I really like that. So this is really weird. Everyone who's watching right now, there's this 15-second delay. So when you guys put a comment in here, so I'm on my phone, right, catching up on the comments, and I'm seeing the comments. You're commenting on something that happened 15 seconds prior. So this is kind of weird. So we're still getting used to the platform. Anyways, so Will, what is your favorite social network? I mean, I know you're super active on Facebook. Would you say Facebook is your favorite?
Probably, just because that's what I know the best, and I've been doing the most on, and has generated the most business. I mean,
sure.
Snapchat I just started a few months ago, and that's how I got to know all you guys. And I have been using it, not nearly as much as you guys do, but I would have to say Facebook. I looked it up earlier before the show. There's 1.7 billion people on Facebook, so
yep.
I'm kind of going to go with that until something's bigger.
For sure. So what's your least favorite? Which social network do you just hate?
I don't know if I hate any of them. I'm just not good at a lot of them. The one thing that I kind of regret that I've not done much of is Instagram. Sure. Because I've been on Facebook, and I've just started working on that, and I wish I would have gotten into that. And again, I've done so much with Facebook. I've kind of slacked on all the other ones. So I'm kind of new to most of the other ones, and I would like to do more. But again, like the one question, it is a lot of work what I do on Facebook, and to do what you guys do with all the content and everything, and I want to get there. I'm just still trying to figure it out.
Sure. Here's what's so interesting though. I mean, I know a lot of agents that are having a ton of success offline. They don't even really do social media, and they're still killing it. I don't think that's going to be the case 2 to 3 years from now, but you just have to pick something that you're good at, that you enjoy doing, and that you can continue doing over and over, and just hammer it home. So that's why your Facebook groups are killing it.
Yep. I see some more questions here. Rich, what do you discuss on the show? I talk about how to sell your FSBO, how to pick the best agent, how to what's bank owned, what's a short sale, just the usual stuff I do on the show. And so yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. And one of the ideas I came up with last week, and again, I don't think I'm exactly splitting the atom here. I'm just play around with ideas, and some hit and some don't. But I did a poll the other day. Facebook likes to do these polls,
Yep.
and I kind of subtly put in there questions on the poll that, one of the questions was, why isn't my house selling? Well, the 7 people that voted for that one, guess who I'm going to message? So, it's things like that. And again, just playing around with this stuff. Here's a question, Jose.
Yeah.
How do I initially get members? Well, on my profile, when you make these groups, it's not, like I said, it's not Will Friedner Realtor. It's wherever you are, Salt Lake City homes for sale or rent, or whatever you want to name it. You don't name it, whatever Will Realtor page, because then nobody will join.
Right.
I know they're in some of these cities, and everyone will have to check for themselves. But these pages, this isn't my idea. They're all over the country.
Yeah.
But when you start your own, I mean, you could start one for your town, and you could run a Facebook ad to get it rolling. It would be really cheap to do, to get members, to get it started. And once you get it going and people like it, it just takes off. That's what I would suggest, and just to get it going to begin with.
Nice. Well, let me ask you this. So, obviously, pretty much everyone here in the Snappack group is very tech savvy. They're very involved in social media. Are you having success doing anything offline, like direct mail, door knocking, anything like that, that's working for you in your area?
I don't, like I said, I don't door knock. I won't door knock. I'm just not that personality. So I've done postcards, I've done mailings, and it works, but I found I would rather, with these groups, once you get them established, people start contacting you, and that's my goal. I don't ever want to be out, knocking on doors and cold calling. I want people to call me. And this, again, 1.7 billion people on Facebook, there's not a better site that I know of that, you can get yourself out to that many people for free.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. That's the other thing I get a kick out of is I did a post I was telling you about earlier on my, I did the post on my business page, but then I shared it to my groups, and I told people that I was going to do a live video at this ridiculous listing for $39 million that we were taking a tour of.
Nice.
And
is that your listing?
I shared, no. I shared it out to all these groups. And another thing I'll touch on in a minute, there's other groups, but I shared it out to all those groups and said I was going to do a live feed from this $39 million house and come like my business page. Well, of that one post I did, I got 22,000 organic views, 55 reactions, 47 comments, and 70 shares. And it cost me a total of $0.
Love it.
So I got a big kick out of that. And one of the other little tricks I used on that is I join other groups that are around the area or around the whole Northwest. There's, Spokane classifieds, Twin Cities classifieds, and I've joined all those other groups, and then I'll share. So that one post, it took me probably 15 minutes to share it to, 20 different groups that I'm a part of, and that's how I was able to get 22,000 views for nothing.
Nice. I use Facebook groups a lot here too, especially as a blogger. When I write a new article, as long as it's not like the 5 things to do before you buy a house, stuff that is local info that really isn't related to real estate that people would actually be interested in. I love sharing that stuff in Facebook groups, and I will post it like you did on my business page first, and then share that post to the group. So then you get people coming to your page, you get people liking your page, and people interacting with it just because you shared it to the group. It's the single best piece of marketing on social media that I've ever done in my life was a nostalgia piece. It was just an image of an old entertainment center called the 49th Street Galleria that we used to have. And anyone who grew up in Salt Lake remembers this place and loved it, and they miss it. And I had a picture of it. I put "Remember This" over the top of it using Canva, and then my Search Salt Lake logo. And I posted it on my Search Salt Lake business page, shared it to some local Facebook groups, and I got 500,000 views on that for free. Wow. I got 1,200, probably like 1,000 page likes and, thousands of shares, just because it was something that people wanted to click on, wanted to share and interact with. And it wasn't like, they didn't know I was a real estate company. They do now, but it's amazing the power of Facebook groups. And I don't know how much longer that's going to last. But right now there's a huge opportunity. I mean, you're killing it with Facebook groups, and so many others are too. So if you guys are watching, if you are having any success with Facebook groups, give us some specifics. I'd love to talk about that. So it looks like Michelle down in Boca, who's watching this on the beach, by the way, on her iPad, she told me. She said she started a home decor and more page locally. She still needs to leverage that a little bit, but see, that's fantastic. It's not directly real estate related, but well, hell, Will, yours is real estate related, and you're still killing it. So,
well, and again, unfortunately, like Jason had written that article about, our reputation as realtors. Unfortunately, you got to kind of hide it and just be subtle about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because the minute you do a page of Will Friedner Realtor, you're going to get nobody.
Yes.
So.
Exactly.
And if anybody out there that's watching this, I would love to hear from you guys, because again, I'm no expert. I've just been playing around with this and trying different things. And if anyone has ideas, I'm sure that they do. I would love to talk to you and swap stories, swap ideas.
Awesome. Looks like Debbie Pissarro just posted a link to her Facebook group, Studio City. She has 2,200 members. It looks like some other people are experimenting with Facebook groups. I love that. I think that's such an awesome idea. I was late to the game with Facebook groups, and so all the Salt Lake homes for sale type pages have already been started by other realtors.
Yeah.
But I just use the yard sale sites to post my articles. That's where I've been having success. Then it gets them to my website, and then if they're in the market or they know someone who is, my website takes over and shows them what's up. And let's see. So Will, let me pull up my other questions I had for you. So what would you say is your biggest? You've been in real estate for how long?
10 years.
10 years. What is, even to this day, what is still your biggest struggle in the real estate business?
I would have to say patience. I don't have any patience, and I know that everything I'm doing with social media is going to explode. It's doing well now, but I know that I just need to be patient and keep doing what I'm doing, and it's going to get huge. But I guess I would say that's my biggest struggle, if you want to call it that.
That's one of mine too. Do you hate waiting in lines as much as I do?
I do.
Oh my God.
That's why I live in a state where it's the 4th biggest state, and there's just over 1 million people last year. So.
Yes. That's awesome. I think we all struggle with that. Not just in real estate or in business, but as a society. I mean, everything is on demand, everything's right now. And so we all want everything right now, including success. But good things come with time and persistence and dedication. So you're right, just keep sticking with it. I've just noticed since January, since I started blogging and working on my website regularly, my business has taken off. And it's just because of being patient. Even though I wanted to, a month into it, I was like, where are my closings? But a few months later, they were happening, and then happening a few times a month. And then it just kept going and going. So yeah, patience is key, but it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, and here's a little plug for our website. Thank you for turning me on to the Easy Agent Pro site. It's been, I've only been on it about a week now, but I wish, I was telling the guy from there that I was talking to yesterday, had I had that website when I did this 22,000 view post, had I been able to use my website on that, it would have been awesome.
Most likely, yeah. So what is your website? For anyone who wants to check out your website and see what you're all about and see what your Easy Agent Pro website looks like, what's your website?
It is montanaliferealty.com.
montanaliferealty.com. Love it.
Yep.
Love it. So I'm going to go back to a couple more questions here. Debbie Pissarro could write a book on Facebook groups. Debbie, you should. Seriously, write like an ebook on it and share that with the group, and I think that'd be awesome. Laura has an all things Pasadena page in addition to her business page. It does better than her business page. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, I think people are just so overwhelmed by real estate people bombarding them with, I'm a realtor, work with me. I'm the best realtor. You're an idiot. You'll never sell your house by yourself, that kind of stuff. And so they're wary. And so you kind of have to let them know you're in real estate in a roundabout, indirect way.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Rich wants to know, are you saying a Facebook group is a non-real estate group, but your Facebook business page is? If you think residential real estate takes patience, try commercial. Oh, geez. I don't even want to, Rich. I don't want to. I couldn't.
Go ahead.
No, I couldn't do commercial.
My brother actually does commercial real estate back in Minneapolis, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
My Facebook, to answer Rich's question, my Facebook group is, yes, it's real estate related, but it's not named Will Friedner Real Estate. It's called Ed Valley Homes for Sale or Rent. So it's more to, it comes across to people that it's a helpful site that they can work with everyone else in the valley that's not a realtor.
Right. So my ADD is kicking in. I can't sit still because we're approaching the 30-minute mark. Real quick, Will, I wanted to, so this is the first episode. We're kind of just testing it out to see what kind of feedback we get. We really want to do this at least once a week with not just myself as a host, but Jason Frazier, Chelsea Pites, Shannon Milligan, and Bucky Beeman, kind of the founding five, the guys who were at the marketing event 2 weekends ago in Park City. With this Facebook group, the Snappack, what would you like to see to get more out of it, Will? What kind of suggestions can you give to us to make the group better, or what would you like to see that you're just not seeing?
You sent me this question last night, and I've been pondering it, and I wrote down a couple things. I mean, it's great already. For me, just networking with guys like yourself and the people you just mentioned, and just all the people that are watching right now has been awesome. And it just, I'm older than most of you guys, so to be able to sit and chat with someone in Miami or wherever, and it just blows me away. But I think, in the future, maybe, and this is just off the top of my head, you could do where everybody, on Fridays, everybody gives their best tip or, their best idea or whatever, or some kind of newsletter or something. Because, when everybody just shares ideas, that's where I've gotten a lot of my ideas. Is I was always kind of a webinar junkie, and I'll take a nugget from here and there and just kind of play around with it. So, but I don't know. The group is great, and thank you guys for starting it, and thanks for having me on.
Sure. No, this has been fun. I'm really excited. First off, thanks to you for taking time out of your day. I know we were supposed to start at 2. The hackers wouldn't let us, so we had to start at 3. So thanks for being flexible with your schedule on that. So we're going to wrap up episode 1. We're trying to decide if we want to do this show twice a week or just once a week. So let us know in the comments. Do you want to see this show twice a week or just once a week? I know for sure next weekend, Jason Frazier is going to be in Miami with some other Snappack members. So he's going to do a Snappack on location show down in Miami. That'll be cool. That'll be an interactive discussion type thing that we can all get in on. So stay tuned for that. I think he's planning on Friday, but if you want a show on Monday or Tuesday as well, let us know. We're still trying to figure it out. I was contacted a little bit earlier by someone, even before the show, who was interested in sponsoring the show. So that would help us do a lot more cool stuff. So that's a possibility too. Anyways, Will, thank you so much. I think you gave some awesome info. Hopefully people can take some of what you taught them and, implement that in their own business and close some freaking deals. I mean, that's what it's all about, is selling more homes.
Yep.
It's good for us. It's good for our clients. It's good for our economy, and it's all good. So, Will, thanks so much. Everybody who's watching still after 30 minutes, thank you so much. We will talk to you guys later. Take care.